Hey guys, welcome back to Ag with Emma. If you're new here, my name is Emma. I do farm tours and farm handwork all over the place. I currently work in North Dakota, but right now I'm in Austin, Texas with John Deere, and we are demoing some brand new equipment that was just released. In my last video, we went over the brand new 9RX tractor series from John Deere, as well as the new air cart, and you'll see right behind me, that's right over there. So now we're gonna jump over to a new piece of technology, not a new piece of equipment necessarily, but a new piece of technology that John Deere has implemented into their Hagie Sprayers, and then we're gonna jump over to the new combine later on in this video, so make sure you stick around for that. So some of you guys might be familiar with the Hagie Sprayers. They have been bought by John Deere, but they decided to leave the branding as it was. This is not going to be a normal Hagie sprayer that you're going to see in your fields because it is pre-production. It is a demo. They're still working on things. They're fine-tuning things. So this is not an example like all the wires hanging loose of what you're going to be seeing in the production lines to come to dealerships and your farms. Hagie is a company that was bought by John Deere, but they left the branding as it was. They have the front booms, 2,000-gallon tank. We'll get in the cab in a second, but first I'm going to explain what John Deere has implemented on these sprayers that we're focusing on today. This looks normal right now. If you take a look closer, John Deere has implemented something that we all might have heard about within the last couple of years, and that is the See & Spray Premium. What's different about the outside of a sprayer with the See & Spray Premium, they have cameras installed on this boom so they can see weeds per determination inside the cab. And then they have this basically computer. It's like the brains behind the camera. And then with the nozzles, those are always angled back with a See & Spray technology because of the cameras reading it, the computer processing it, and then this sprayer has to be able to shoot back and hit whatever it just was programmed and was told to hit. So that is why you have angled back spray nozzles. And then this is going to be your boom sensing for your height to keep those booms pretty level and controlled. So on this 120-foot boom, there's going to be 36 of those cameras, 6 computer systems, and on a 15-inch spacing across the boom for your nozzles, it's going to be about 97 nozzles. So we have heard about See & Spray for a while. There's multiple different kinds of See & Spray, but what is on the Hagie Sprayers, and the only one that is offered, is the See & Spray Premium, which is the ability to spray brown on green. So for example, in fallow fields, you're going to be able to spray with this, and then green on green. So you're going to be able to select the kind of crop that you're spraying, and anything besides that crop will be sprayed. For example, what we're going to run through today is a demo of if we were to be in a soybean field, and there's multiple corn plants that we have that we will be spraying with water. So with everything I just showed you guys outside of the cab with See & Spray Premium, I'm going to have Tim, who is the marketing manager, kind of explain how they're using artificial intelligence on the See & Spray Premium to really enhance the efficiency of operations around the world.
See & Spray Premium on here is a pretty smart and intelligent system. It's using computer vision, machine learning technology powered by artificial intelligence to be smarter and better about what we're doing and the chemical that we're applying. So we're only applying the chemical where it's needed. It's scanning out into the field, crop versus weed, spraying just the weed. So we see savings of up to 50% with See & Spray Premium. So that's really big for a farmer or grower to not have to spend as much money there. But the other effect is the fact that you're not putting that excess chemical out there. You're being smarter about what you can put on and where you put on it. So as we look into the future about how do we be better, how do we be better stewards of the land, how do we be smarter about this, See & Spray is going to enable that because we're going to put the product where it's needed and when it's needed. And so then we can look at how do we approach the growing season differently. So maybe how you do it today could look vastly different because I know I'm going to save money with See & Spray in the post-emergent pass. I might spend more money in the pre-emerge, not let the weeds come up at all. And so then you can have cleaner fields, better yields, reduce your weed seed bank, and help with weed resistance because we know that's a problem too. Of let's have no weeds out there. Let's be smarter about this and also protect the crop better because the less chemical we put on the crop, we know that will help as well, and it's more sustainable for the environment. So the chemical savings is a really, really big thing. It's pretty awesome when you can go and save only use 50% of the chemical that you did before. But in the future, when we talk about this computer vision, machine learning, and this artificial intelligence, it's going to get better over time. We're going to get smarter about what chemical we use and how we can help combat weed resistance and how we approach things differently from a more sustainable outcome. So it's pretty exciting because this is just the beginning, and it's going to keep getting better every year.
And with that, we're going to show you how this system runs and give you a breakdown of the inside of the Hagie cabs. Hey, Hagie?
You can say whatever you want.
I can't get the name right. So we are going to do a kind of test run. These out in the field are old corn stalks. So that is what the sprayer is going to spray as a demo for you guys. And on the screen over there, when you select a new work, it's going to go into what your crop is. And up there we selected soybeans, and the product is Roundup, but we're only spraying water today. And then controller rate for the See and Spray. So now that we have all that set up, we're good to go. Everything is running, and we're just gonna bounce over those corn stalks really quick. And those nozzles on cameras and computers are all gonna work together and spray what does not belong. So there's a lot of things you can change when you're operating the sprayers, like kind of the sensitivity, how many nozzles you want to turn on when it sees a weed. So this one is currently set up to spray 3 nozzles at a time when it does see a weed. You can change the box size on the computer screen so you can see all those little boxes it's been spraying. You can change the size of those boxes to make sure that it is getting the width and accuracy that you want and spraying the amount of product that you want as well. Part of altering that sensitivity is staying within the label of what the spray application and chemical says it needs. So in order to be still a broadcast spray, you need to spray a certain amount because it follows a per acre and per container basis. Bada bing, bada boom. So it's just spraying all those corn stalks that are spread out throughout the field. Bumping those on. And that sensitivity is a little bit high right now, so it might be spraying rocks as well, just because the ground is so bare and those rocks look a little bit like corn stalks to cameras. My chauffeur is getting out and they're letting me loose. So we're gonna go drive this thing by myself. So running a sprayer is not new to me necessarily. The See and Spray is new to me, as well as the front boom. So we're gonna give her a go and see how she goes. Maybe turn the park brake off first, eh? So now that we are done with the sprayer, there's also another series of equipment that is brand new to John Deere. So behind me, you might think you recognize the paneling, it's because you do, but you might not recognize the numbering on the back of this combine. John Deere has produced a new S7 series, and this is S7 700s, S7 800s, and S7 900s. I'm going to explain those differences to you right now. So the first notable differences from the outside, this S7 series, the 700s, 800s, and 900s are all going to look like your X9s on the outside. They took all of those features that customers have been enjoying and put them in an S7. So we have an adjustable spout up here. That is pretty handy. It's something that we have not seen on a John Deere besides the X9. We also have the X9 spreader system. The spreader system is the same as the X9. It's going to spread up to 45 feet consistently. It's also got the double layer Super nice. I'll zoom out so you guys can see that. On the rear of the combine, you've got that new beacon style as well as your backup camera. There's also additional vents back here for better airflow inside that combine. And then, rather than your handle being under here for opening up that, you twist it to the left. Gosh dang. Hold on! So this is kind of a two-handed job, but you're going to twist the hole up here. This panel is going to come out and latch, and we'll show you what's new. So just a little bit different than what we're used to. Personally, I'm used to seeing a ladder right here that you pull towards yourself. This one, you're going to pull down this way. So this new style, you're going to push it up, lever, down. So in the front of the combine, if you'll notice right there are some cameras. Those cameras are kind of like the See and Spray, so it's going to predict in front of you what's going on in the ground. So while the combine is not spraying for weeds, obviously, it is predicting the biomass of the crop in front of you so that it can speed up or slow down depending on if your wheat is producing more in this area or if maybe it's scarce, or same with corn. Any crop that combine is going to go through, those cameras are going to be able to predict. And if you have it set on automation, it's going to slow down and speed up for you depending on your production maps inside on that display that we just showed you. Another part is you're going to have an integrated 7500 Starfire receiver up on the top there. The main engine differences: on an S7 it's going to be a 9-liter engine, and then on the S7 800s and 900s it's going to be a 13.6-liter engine, which is the same as the X9, and the other S7 80s and S7 90s had a 13.5-liter engine. So you also get the same kind of fuel efficiency as you do with the X9, because when your machine isn't working as hard to produce the same output, you're saving on that fuel. Another feature of the S7s, you can actually shut off the cross augers, and then you can unload the rest of your auger without unloading your full tank, and shut that off with a empty auger so you're not carrying the weight of that around. Those cross augers are going to turn off with those clutches right there. The X9 is a belt driven system, so when those shut off, that's going to shut off everything right there, so it's not going to keep taking grain from the tank into the auger, and then everything that's left in your auger is going to empty out into the grain cart back there, and then you're going to be good to go to put that auger away empty, because you don't want to be carrying the weight of all that grain in your auger. But if you're always unloading on the go, if someone gets full, if you get empty, yada yada, then you don't have to necessarily like stop and unload everything. So that is another thing that also helps the efficiency and productivity of your operation. So with that run through on the outside of the cab, a lot of those features resemble the X9, and there are added features that increase the productivity of the machine in total. So inside the cab, y'all are gonna love this. We'll start off with your adjustable spout. There's a little, when you scroll on the back of this, that's gonna adjust your spout out there. I don't know if you can see that quite right, but helps you fill up that grain cart like to the brim, as we all like to do. Just to give you kind of a spatial sense, you've still got your fridge. There's a little more space over here, cup holders, and then oh yeah, at your shade on your right side, you also have another wiper right there. Comes two displays. This is the G5 Plus display, so it is not the G5 like was in the Hagie Sprayer. And then you have your extended screen and your primary screens. So this display does look different. It's no longer LED. This is going to help show you all of your numbers, levels, and everything you need to know off of that display at all times of the day, rather than the sunlight coming to hit it and not showing it quite the way we like it, and not being able to read that accurately, maybe if the lighting is wrong. The seat also has added cushion and all of the armchair goodies. So I haven't run combine a lot, and I haven't run the X9, but I've been in X9 cabs, and I know that this is a huge step up when it comes to comfort, because we're spending a lot of hours in these cabs during harvest. When you upgrade to an X9, that's added equipment, that's added bin storage to your farm, that's adding a lot of extras to make sure that you can keep up with the production of an X9. So with the S7 series, you're getting some of the features and comforts of the X9 without having to add all of this extra production to your operation to fit an X9. Unfortunately, we don't get to see it in action today because there aren't any crops to be harvested on the farm we're at right now in Austin. Look at how shiny the grain tank is. So just another overview of the cab. Here, I'll get out of the seat. You guys can see. Very nice. That's a quick overview of the features of the S7 series. They will be available in S7 700s, S7 800s, and S7 900s. The difference between those is the increase of horsepower in between each one. Every combine that rolls off the production line will now have these cabs. It's going to be the new standard. And I forgot to show you while it was turned on, but that is the new 2025 radio. It has the Apple Play, the Sirius XM, it's touchscreen, all the goodies. Another factor outside the cab. Oh, is it gonna do it? That is the door cinch. It's a power cinch, so it's gonna seal that door shut so you can't get a bunch of dust and other stuff in your cab while you're combining. Since I don't know a lot about corn heads, we run a lot of wheat and sunflowers. I'm gonna let Blake explain some of the new updates on the CF12 corn heads.
Thank you. So one of the new things that we have on the corn heads is a slip cut detection. And so one of the main issues people have is when they're going through the field, they begin to plug up row units and they don't know what's happening. And so the material packs in there, it slips the clutch, you can burn out the row unit or have some other things happen, so it causes downtime. So one of the things we've added on the new corn head is putting a detection on the drive shaft that senses the vibration of the slip clutch as it begins to slip. It alerts the operator so they can stop and prevent the row unit from plugging up.
So that is what's new on the CF12 that's right in front of us. Another cool thing about this corn head is the active end fender. So a lot of times you're going to have problems with down corn. You're going to have to come out and adjust this manually. But with this corn head, you can adjust this from within the cab, so you're not having to get out and adjust it all the time when you have down corn or corn that isn't down anymore. So that is adjustable from within the cab now. Got all your fancy lights. Fancy lights. It all just looks really good. This is a really nice unit. If you guys have more questions or want a different perspective, Larson Farms are also here filming. They run combines through a lot of soybeans and corn, so their expertise is very well fitted to what we've covered today. If you'd like more perspective on the S7 series, you can check out their channel at Larson Farms. See, on that there spout, you can't rip it off because it pre-rips before it actually rips, so you're good. No more spout ripping. Huge shout out to John Deere for letting us come out here today and look at this new equipment. It's been an absolute blast. They've treated us very well. We've all got to film a lot of cool stuff. This is something that not everyone gets to do, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity and that I'm able to be here thanks to my subscribers and followers as well. So thank you guys so much for supporting me and helping me get to this point. We're at the end of the day. We're just wrapping up, so.
It's been fun. It's been
really
wild
fun.
and exhausting.
Yeah.
But we've learned a lot about a lot of cool news with the line.
And after you guys see these videos and get to run the equipment, hopefully you'll have the same kind of, you'll have different inputs of your own and different perspectives. So let us know what you think of this new equipment in the comments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys later.
Hasta la pasta.